Question 2. Classification based on morphology, which is that kind of shape of things, and then phylogenetic classification, trying to show evolutionary relationships over time. And here's something about dentition. Use the photographs to determine which two of these animals will be classified in the same order. So we're looking for the two similar-ish ones. And if we look at photograph number 1, it seems to have a big kind of curved tooth at the front that presses against the tooth at the bottom, but not like in a cutting sort of way, but kind of grabbing sort of way. And then you've got a big gap. So that should remind you a little bit about, herbivores, with the kind of diastema and things like that. Whereas here in this one we've got kind of sharp, pointy kind of teeth. Sharp, pointy kind of teeth. That might remind you of the carnivore. So the two animals that we're going to go for are these two carnivores here, and say those names. So we're going to have the polecat, and we're going to have the pipistrelle bat. So polecat and pipistrelle bat. They're most closely related. And why? Well, we think they're both carnivores. So they are both carnivores. And what evidence have we got? We've got, for example, the canines and sharp teeth. So they have canines, or these molars at the back are kind of pointy, and pointy molars, for slicing flesh and what have you. We could, that's our 3 marks, and we could give the reverse argument by saying, well, this dormouse appears to have kind of grindy sort of molars, a space for storage of plant material. But I think we've done the work there that we need to do. And they are now classifying these with sounds of frequencies of bats. So we've got some bats down there with different frequencies, and here's a sound recording. And so over time of the recording, these are the frequencies that were detected. And very high frequency. Use the information from the table up here and the sonogram down here to identify the bat species in the recording. So we are looking for any of these. So we've got frequency range. So what's the frequency range that we've got here? So we're starting off there and up there. So the frequency range that we're talking about is 20, 22 to maybe 37, that sort of thing. So when we look up here, where's the one kind of, well, it even goes down a bit further down, doesn't it, to just less than 20. So 20 to 37, which best fits that? So that one fits that range. The others are too high. So we're going to go with noctule bat, or noctule bat. Doesn't matter how I say it. Who knows? Miss Knights will know how you say that. So noctule bat. And then we've got a little bit of maths. Assuming each mark is a single sound pulse. So these are single. Calculate the number of pulses per second. Well, how long would a second be? This is 0.2, that's a fifth of a second. So you could do this in your head. you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 in a fifth of a second, so I can times that by 5. So 9 times 5, 9 times 5, do your times table, is 45. So that'd get you the marks. You know, just even your rough calculation there. Or you could do, how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in what time? You know, 0.23. So I've got 10 in 0.23. And to get that 0.23 into a second, divide by itself, and I'd have to do that for the other number as well, so 10 divided by 0.23 is 43.7, which is very similar to my 45 answer before. So I'll break that down. Then number of pulses equals, I've got 10 in 0.23 seconds. And to convert 0.23 into 1, here we go, 0.23 divided by 0.23, that equals 1. That's our 1 second now. So if I make that into 1 there, now I need to do the same to the other side, so 10 divided by 0.23. So 10 divided by 0.23, and then that gives me 43 point whatever, but 43 will do there, pulses per second. So either my rough and ready 45 or my calculated 43 there. Cytochrome oxidase is an enzyme. Oh, very good. It has a quaternary structure. Okay, very good. We know what that is. Fourth level of structure. And the gene for making it has got this many nucleotides. So these are the bases. How many amino acids make up that chain? Right, okay. This is just stuff from the core. So I've got that many nucleotides. That's how many bases I've got. Well, I know it's a triplet base code. So 3 nucleotides would code for 1 amino acid. So all I need to do is divide that by 3. So 1542 divided by 3 equals 1542 divided by 3, 514. So you might argue that you've got start and stop codons, which is fine. So I'm going to take off. I could take off some. So I could go 512 there if I'm taking off a start and stop. That's fine. And we just need our explanation. It's a triplet code. So that means 3 nucleotides. So 3 nucleotide bases code for 1 amino acid. And I'm saying that code, they don't make the amino acid, so 3 bases don't make the amino acid, they code for it. And a little tricky section here. And it's very confusing as to which animal is which. So what's this? They're comparing these nucleotide sequences. So how similar are they? Alright, let's get my other pen. So pipistrelle bat. This pipistrellus. This is the pipistrelle bat. That's what that is. And if you compared that to itself, it would be 100%. So that would kind of be 100. Of course it would. If you compare it to itself, it would be 100%. What are these other ones? Pipistrellus pygmaeus. Does it say somewhere in pipistrellus? Oh, it tells us up here, yeah. Pipistrellus, that is the soprano pipistrelle bat. So if I put the soprano pip bat, Muscardinus avellanarius. What is that? That is that's our dormouse. Door, not meaning door as in the door of a room, but dorm as in dormitory, sleeping house. Dormouse. Plecotus auritus. What was that? That was the brown long-eared bat. Brown long-eared bat. And Mustela putorius. That's our polecat. That's where they came from. So if you just look at this data now, well, the bat, 100% similar to itself. It's very similar to this other bat and this other bat, and the dormouse is further away, and the polecat is presumably far away as well. So, our Pipistrellus pipistrellus, which is the one it's most closely related to. So we're looking at our 93. So I'm going to put our 93 in there. So that's our soprano pipistrelle bat, which is. But I'm going to go with the same style as what we've got. Pipistrellus pygmaeus. Okay. And what's the next one? So the next one is 85. 85. So I'm now going to go 85. That's our next one, which is Plecotus aureus. Plecotus auritus. The mystery one is given for us, and so the one that's furthest away, must be this one that's furthest away down here. It's separated at an earlier time. So that's our Muscardinus. Muscardinus So that's that for 3 marks. We've got 2 jobs down here. Suggest a value for our mystery one and write your answer in the table above. Right, so that is this fella here. So that one's going to go in here. So it's between Plecotus and Muscardinus in terms of relatedness to our pipistrelle bat. So it's between the 85 and the 79. So that was this one down here, wasn't it? Yep. So it's between 79 and 85. So I'm going to not use 79 or 85, but anything in between. So anything between 80 and 84. So 80, let's say 82, shall we? But we can have anything between 80 to 84 there. Mark with an X the position on the phylogenetic tree, or phylogenic tree, you can use those terms more or less interchangeably, where Pipistrellus, so this one, and Mustela, this one, so we're going to let's use a different colour for that, where they last had a common ancestor. So we're going back there, we're going back there. So where do these guys have a common ancestor? Here we go. So we're going to have there. So that's our X there. That's their common ancestor. So really tricky at the end. Hard work for those 13 marks.